reflexes like a mongoose on amphetamines. Waving his Wilson wand. Super scintillating and sensational from Sosa. It's tennis, Vienna and gods. No mortal may approach.
Welcome back to Tennis Near the Gods. I'm Alex, joined with my brother Nicholas. We got a lot on the slate today. We have to recap the 3 250s. First one in Moscow, Rublev took his second title of his career. Then we have Antwerp, Andy Murray. Come back, man. Come back. He took the title in a battle against Wawrinka. And then in Stockholm, you see Shapovalov capture his first title in his first final. He was 0-8, I think, or 0-9. 0-8.
0-8 in semifinals.
Semifinals. Like all semifinals, ATP level.
And he's become the 15th first-time winner this year. That's the most first-time winners in a single year since the 1990s.
Oh, look at you with your stats. You're on it today. You're feeling it.
I am.
So, and then we're going to quickly recap Vienna and Basel, the 2 500s this week that are set to come. They have larger implications for the year-end finals. And we only got 2 more weeks of tournaments that matter for that. So, a lot on the line coming up. Just to start off, Rublev, great tournament for him. The draw was a little weaker. Medvedev pulled out. You would think so, given that he would have to come all the way from Shanghai straight to Moscow and play, which would be a little bit tough.
And Medvedev is also withdrawn from Basel. From Vienna.
What do you say?
Medvedev is also withdrawn from Vienna.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to play. There's no need for him to play. So there was definitely a hole in the straw, and it was a weaker of the tournaments. Just in terms of depth, in my opinion. But you see guys like Seppi had a run. He took out Khachanov. He saved match points in the first round, ends up winning 3 matches. Manarino, man, he's been sneaky this year.
He has been.
He has really been sneaky.
He won Hertogenbosch. He's top 50 in the world. He's making a great run this year. Very solid year altogether.
Sneaky with the draws in the 250s. Like, you don't see him there, and he kind of just finesses his way through with that backhand and that forehand. Backhand's unreal. Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Yeah, for me, like, the biggest takeaway from this tournament is Khachanov not as dominant as he was last year. Not so confident in his chances of...
Where have you been the entire year? Like, great observation. He's kind of improved his level at this point in the year. It's been better. The match against Seppi played unbelievable at the end. Unbelievable tennis he was playing. I thought Cilic had a decent tournament. I mean, the guys also had a tough year, same as Khachanov since the beginning of the year. And obviously, Rublev, our winner, it's awesome to see him come through because he's been through a lot the past 2 years. He's got a massive game, something really exciting, something that can challenge the top guys because he has so much firepower and he can punch holes through whomever he plays.
And he jumped 9 spots in the rankings, so he's up to 22 in the world, which is huge.
Yeah, so
because earlier in the year, he was dropped down into the 70s, and he was having to qualify for most of the tournaments that he entered into.
Dropped outside the top 100, too.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think Rublev's primed for next year. He's established. He's got a good ranking to start the year. He has a lot of opportunity at the beginning of the year because he's not defending anything because he was still struggling with injury then. So it's a good opportunity for him to really build off of the momentum he's gained. And that about sums up Moscow for me.
And then moving on to Antwerp, where you saw Andy Murray win his first title in almost 3 years. He took out Stan Wawrinka in the finals, which was a great match. But for me, the biggest thing was Jannik Sinner in this tournament. He reached the semifinals. You jumping
on the bandwagon.
You've already said this before. Let's get over it.
Yeah. Nice job, buddy.
I did say that Monfils would lose to Sinner.
Hold on. I just like to point out, who was your pick to win the tournament?
David Goffin.
Goffin. And what happened? I was like, oh, no way. You're like, what's your reasoning? I was like, Ugo, and Bear. Then it could be Pea. Then it could be Schwartzman or Murray or Kopel or any one of those guys. And then he's not beaten Stan Wawrinka. I tell you that much. Wawrinka was my pick. And
Look,
what happened?
it was
Ugo Humbert undressed. It was 3-1.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate performance for him, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
It set him back in his chances for reaching London.
You were trying to grill me over golfing. It's like, come on, Nicholas, try to be better. Like, I know it's tough. I know. But I mean, 3-1 for your winner, and you were. I mean,
look,
Nicholas,
I also did have
Nicholas,
Sinner.
How do you show your face now?
Sinner made an ATP semifinal, and he's gonna jump to around 101 in the world, which is huge for him. If he's able to reach the top 100 by the end of this year.
I'm not finished. You just switched the topic. You have yet to address David Goffin. You just said unfortunate performance. Listen, I'll admit, Yannick Sinner's a stud. I was the first one to say it back when he was playing challengers, and you're like, oh, don't judge. He won a match here and there. Like, good job. I was like, no, he's got game. He's 6'4", and he unloads on every single ball on both sides. Like, he's good. He's going to be a stud this year. And you're like, I don't know. So I'll take my wins. Like, I don't need to gloat about them. But I just want to point out. I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
Look, Goffin, now, instead of being able to
you
jump...
You don't even need to defend it. We'll move on. I'll spare you the embarrassment. All right? But I do want to say something. Andy Murray. I thought the Andy Murray match in the final today with Stan Wawrinka. Wawrinka should have won that match. I mean, come on. You're up a set, up a break, and double break points. Like, you got to close out there. Murray did a good job of competing and staying in the match, but I still think Wawrinka just...
Yeah, look, I mean, it was his first final in a long time for both of these guys. And yeah, it just... What I love about Murray is that each week he's getting better and better and better. And in these last 3 matches, he played 3 days in a row, 3 straight 3-setters. Is the hip holding up? I say definitely. There's no reason to doubt it.
Listen, that was the one thing I wanted to address on this podcast. I did say, I was like, I don't know if the hip holds up. Listen, the hip will be fine. He's not going to be the same player. I'm just sorry. He does not...
Look,
that quality of ball is not the same. He's not going to be able to counterpunch the same way after you have hip surgery. There's no way you can move better or the same as you did when you were fresh and healthy.
Look, I agree with you there, but then you also have to see, remember when Djokovic went out...
His game is based on his movement.
Yes, but remember how out of, like a fish out of water Djokovic looked in Indian Wells and Miami, losing to Taro Daniel and Benoit Paire.
But this is different. That was a level of play. It was not based on movement. This guy has an...
Yeah, and look, Murray each and every single week has improved just step by step.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't think so?
The match against Fonini was the same. I thought it was a pretty high level. Like, today, he did a good job against Wawrinka, but still, Wawrinka was in the driver's seat the entire time.
And he came through and won a title. How can you not? How can you take that away from him?
You should have seen Stan at the end. I mean, he let up on balls, and he missed some terrible. He made some terrible errors there, where it's just like the commentators were saying the same thing too. I picked this up from them. It was like Stan just looked off.
Okay, yes,
but not taking anything away from Murray because Murray had to stay in the match to get to that point.
I mean, this is Murray's first top 20 win in coming back from hip surgery. I mean, it's a big win for him.
We're acting like he just beat Roger. Like, he did not just beat Roger.
It's a step in the right direction. You can't take that away from him.
It's a step in the right direction. It's a big win, obviously. But, again, I'll reiterate. He's obviously top 20. Like, he can beat
good guys. Good.
Like, he's a grind. He's not the same Murray that... I don't think top 10. I don't... I mean, he won a 250. Like, it's a big step in the right direction, but he's been playing...
And I just want
to into all types of tournaments. It's not like.
And I've got 2 more things from this tournament that I want to point out. One, Jan-Lennard Struff has been struggling. Not struggling, but he's not held to the same standard as he was at the beginning of the year. He's just not as good. He's not as dominant of a force. And then the second thing is, I'm really liking Gregoire Barrère. He's 26 years old.
Gregoire Barrère?
You can 25 years old. You can make fun of my pronunciation of his name. But he's just improving his ranking. He's right now 84 in the world. And he's been qualifying. He's been getting a bunch of wins. In France, he won a challenge, finaled in a challenger. I watched him beat Cam Norrie in the first round of the U.S. Open.
He got tossed by Struff.
Yes, but he first qualified.
What was the score, Nicholas? Just say it.
It was 2-1. He first qualified by beating Pedro Martinez 0-4, and then Paulo Lorenzi 1-4. So you can't take that away from him. And I love his game. He hits really
Paulo
big ball.
Lorenzi is playing on fast indoor hard courts, and I mean, come on,
all right,
come on, man.
Well,
that's not going to be his best strong suit.
All right. Well,
Listen,
I was most
good.
impressed.
We all know he's good. I don't know if he's that. I mean, he just got dapped up by Struff.
Look, it's just
he's
moving
good.
it.
He's good. He's made steady progress. You're right.
Exactly.
I'll give you that. Then lastly, of the recapping, we have Stockholm. One quick thing, Janko Tipsarevic's last match against Yuichi Sugita, 7-6 in the third. I watched that. That was unbelievable tennis. What a way for him to go out and in the fashion that best fits him and the way he played throughout his career. So that was pretty cool to watch and see. Unbelievably high quality of the level.
And also for a last match of the career, Steve Darcis just retired in Antwerp. His last match was against Gilles Simon.
I mean, nice, man. We had moved on from Antwerp. We're not on Stockholm. Come on. So Shapovalov wins the tournament. Just looking at the draw, it's not a surprise because fast indoor courts, the guy unloads on both wings. He played a really good match against Krajinovic. He played very good matches all the way through. He's just got so much firepower. Like, if he can harness it a little bit better, he would be almost untouchable. I mean, what are you going to do against this guy? He's so athletic, and his forehand is so loose and whippy off of both sides. You can't keep up with the ball.
Yeah, no, not at all. He plays a really big game, but it's just a matter of, as you said, harnessing his game.
He's so good. You watch what he did this weekend, and guys, he just had guys on ice. The ball is,
and also his serve
fast.
is massive. His slider, his flat. I mean, it's just huge.
Yes, but off the ground, he's just become more and more energetic. Like, he explodes through every single ball. And I mean, he rolled through the tournament.
Yeah.
4 matches. And then he plays Pablo Carreño Busta in the first round of Vienna. I was hoping to get a final into a first round. That would have been funny. And big tournament for Krajinovic because Krajinovic he has slowly climbed up to, is climbing back up to where he was a year ago before his injury, or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm messing up the years now.
And Mikael Ymer got a win in the first round. He won 2 challengers back-to-back.
He's been sneaky this year, too. What's up with that? He's won a bajillion challengers.
He's won 4 challengers, I believe, and finaled 2 others. He's right now up to 74 in the world.
He's just on a roll.
Yeah.
He's playing good tennis.
Very good tennis. Remember when you hit with him?
I didn't hit with him. He trained at Robbie's. Did I hit with him? I don't know. Maybe.
Just say you did.
I'll take it.
Yeah, just take it.
But yeah, he's been sneaky this year too, because a lot of people obviously won't necessarily follow the Challenger circuit, and I do, but I haven't really again, that he has flown under my radar this year until I looked into it last week when I saw him in a Challenger and he was in high seed. I was like, "What's up with this?" And I went back through. I was like, "Wow."
And his brother's kind of plateaued. Elias Ymer, he also got a wild card into Stockholm.
But he has played a lot less tournaments than Mikael.
Yeah, they both play lighter schedules. They do play lighter schedules.
Mikhail's played a heavy schedule this year. Played a lot of tournaments. Elias has a light schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for the 250s. I think we can move on. We're not going to keep you guys too much longer. Just want to quickly go over 500s and give our 5 cents. Is that what the phrase is? On what's going on and what we see, how this is implicating.
So in Vienna, you've got 2 top 10 players. It's headlined by Dominic Thiem and then Karen Khachanov. I see Thiem on home soil, the favorite. I see him taking the title.
I take you that right away. I say Songa could beat him. It's an indoor.
All right, yes. Look, again, it's a very tough draw, and as the ATP...
I don't see him getting through it. Born Church is out right away. Mikhail Kukushkin, let's go. I think Shapovalov. I hesitate to say Shapovalov.
Oh, I'd take Busta over Shapovalov.
Why?
Why? I love how he's been playing this indoor season. Right? He won.
Krajinovic.
Okay.
And then Krajinovic got worked by Shapovalov.
He got to the semifinals. He qualified for Shanghai and won a match in the main draw. He won Chengdu. I mean, what can you not like about him?
Yeah, fair enough.
He's beaten Goffin.
I think Thiem is the person I'm looking to get upset.
And look, he's got a very tough draw, right? The next match could be either Verdasco or Basilashvili, who could both definitely beat him.
I think the seeds will fall in this tournament. Hurkacz taken out, Khachanov. I think it's a lot more wide open than it first looks. My favorite to win it, Berrettini.
So Berrettini, that would be monstrous for him. That would move him. That would put him in contention for even 7th place.
We haven't really seen too much of him on indoor hard, if I'm not mistaken. And the way he's played this year, you would think he is just going to be on fire. He has that wicked slice, and he's got the massive forehand, massive serve. His backhand obviously is the weaker side.
But do you think it could be a bit too fast for him, so he wouldn't be able to get around?
He's very compact, though.
No.
At least I feel like.
Where he wouldn't be able to get around his backhand to be hitting as many forehands as he would like.
No, but he can use the slice to slow down and get the ball to come up so he can tag forehands, which he's been doing throughout the year. I like Berrettini.
Only indoor tournament that he played, at least in the past couple of months, was in St. Petersburg, where he beat Karbalis Baena and then lost to Igor Gerasimov. So, we'll see.
Yeah, Gerasimov's a big serving dude.
And we haven't seen much of Kyle Edmund either.
I think there's definitely a lot on the line, and he has shown that he's a gamer, so the big tournaments he does show up. So I like him. That's my pick for this tournament. I don't know about you. You can give your 2 cents.
Like
2 cents, not 5 cents.
Yeah, 2 cents. I know.
I messed that up.
I mean, definitely, I would have to disagree with you on Berrettini because I think he'll definitely get past Kyle Edmund, but then you've got probably Grigor Dimitrov, and then an Andrei Rublev, Hyun Chung, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Milos Raonic. Any of those guys could definitely move through to the quarterfinals, and I don't see Berrettini really beating any of them.
Yeah.
I think at this 500 level, because these draws are so stacked, most of them have only top 50 players in them. The qualifying draw has guys in the 50s and 60s. It's so tough. And it's really about the guy who gets hot and just plays the best tennis.
Yeah, I think we'll move on to Basel.
Where you have 4 top 10 players in the draw with Federer.
It's always been generally the stronger of the two.
Federer, Zverev, Stefanos Tsitsipas, and Roberto Bautista Agut.
And you got Stan as a seed, Fonini. Like, all the guys, this is definitely, obviously, the stronger tournament. But immediately, I'm jumping on the Zverev bandwagon.
Of course you are.
Man, I called it, didn't I? And I'm going to keep on writing it because I know I'm right, and I know I'm right. So Zverev is my pick. I am telling you he's going to be a force come the O2. He's going to be in it. I'm telling you, I just have this good feeling. Like, the guy is starting to get it. It's starting to click again. It's an indoor court. Last year, Kopel had that big run there. It's going to benefit the big servers. I think Fed is not on it like he was last year. And I just see it benefiting the big server.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I really like Fed's draw up until the quarterfinals where he'd likely have to play Stan Wawrinka. It seems pretty straightforward for him, at least. But I think the biggest thing for me is just to see how Roberto Bautista Agut handles this situation, right? This is
Kopel's
his second
dangerous.
He's very dangerous, and then you've got probably a Gasquet, who they're 1-1 on the season, I think.
Indoor hard, I take Roberto.
I agree, but I mean, you just never know at these later stages of the year, and he's never really had this type of pressure at the end of the season to where he needs to make points and he needs to perform. He has to make a semifinal. He has to make a quarterfinal in order to boost his
Chance for the
standing.
O2.
Yeah,
That's the only way. Yeah. I don't see. Listen, I don't see him making it. Not because he fails to produce, but more the other two guys in Berrettini and Zverev show up.
Look, I mean, I have to agree with you. I've got Zverev at least moving into the final.
Listen, I think he can. I think he can do well, but I still think it's on the rackets of Berrettini and Zverev because it's indoor hard. The guys have the bigger serves. The ball is in their court. They're the ones who are going to be dictating. And it's the ones who really control their destiny. Like, Kopel can take the racket out of your hands. Absolutely. You saw him do it last year.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if Kopel's... He's definitely not as good as he was last year. But
you never know. If you have a big serve and you crank the ball, you can strike gold. And look what happened to Basilashvili. He did it in Hamburg and then came back and did it a second time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, when you wouldn't have expected it at all. Like, he had no signs that he was playing well or whatever. So, I'm not saying it's a lock. I'm just saying my pick is Zverev. This is the reason why. Fed, I don't think, is in the same form.
Who do you think would take out Fed? Like a Wawrinka, Tsitsipas, or Zverev?
I think a Wawrinka or a Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas for sure. The guy, when it matters, when he knows everyone is watching, and he comes through in those big matches against all the big guys. Yes, it's been impressive. He's got game. And I would see a Tsitsipas Zverev final, and Zverev just takes the racket out of Tsitsipas' hand, serves too well, and then can get a break here and there. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got for this week.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait. I love the end of the year. It gets so intense. It's so exciting. You've got so many guys competing for so few spots, the O2, and it's about who
do you got? Let's wrap it up.
I'm going to go with Zverev in the final, losing to Tsitsipas.
I mean, just copy mine, but all right. Sounds good. Yeah, well, the final.
Okay.
You're bad.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was a better podcast than last week, huh? And we're really trying to improve and deliver the best content for you guys. So thank you. Appreciate the support.